Suppose x and y are two stochastic variables. Now you have to show this that the sum of the two stochastic variables expectation is equal to the sum of their own expectations. Okay, so when x and y are two stochastic variables, you want to show that the expectation of sum of these is equal to the sum of the expectation of these. Okay, now supposedly x can take the values x1, x2, and so on to xm. With the probabilities p1, p2, and so on to pm. And suppose y can take the values y1, y2, and so on to yn. Okay, with the probabilities p1 dash, p2 dash, and so on to pn dash. Okay, then in that case x plus y is a new variate. X is one variate, y is another variate. X plus y is a new variate which can take the values xi plus yj. The total number of values would be mn. I'll tell you how. When I starting from 1 to m and j starting from 1 to n. Okay, I hope you know this, that supposedly in case if there are, I'll just give you one example. You can just forget about it. X can take three values: x1, x2, x3. Okay, and y can take two values: y1 and y2. You have to get the new variable. So what you will do is x1 plus y1. This is 1. x1 plus y2. This is second. x2 plus y1. This is third. x2 plus y2. This is fourth. x3 plus y1. This is fifth. And x3 plus y3. This is sixth. So how many values it has taken? 3 into 2. That is 6 values it has taken. And here also it will take up mn values. Okay. It will take up mn values. Is that right? Now, supposedly, Pij be the probability when x assumes the value xi and y assumes the value yj. Okay, so for example, when x assumes the value x1 and y assumes the value y1, the probability is p11. When x assumes the value x1 and y assumes the value y2, the probability is p12, and so on. Okay, this is there. Now, in case if I want to sum, okay, if I want to sum it like this, how should I tell this, that is, I want to say that summation of j starting from 1 to n pij is equal to pi. Okay, I'll give you an example here only. First of all, let us have a look at this. Pij. Okay, so these are the 6 values which you have: p11, p12, p21, p22, p31 plus p32. Okay, now x can assume any value. What you have to do is that you have to sum it over j's. J's are the second aspect here, second argument here, everywhere the second argument here. Okay, so what do you mean by that is that in case if you add them together, what you get is pi. Okay, that is it can take up any value. Fine, so it can take up any value. Summation of pij from j starting from, what you mean is this, j starting from 1 to 2 pi j. This is what you have. So how do you write this? pi1 plus pi2. This is what you will write. But what it could be, this is pi1 plus pi2. It would in fact be equal to only pi. Is that right? Supposedly, if I write summation of I starting from 1 to 3, because the first one have 3 variables here. This is pij, and j can take up these values. So what you will write? That is p1j plus p2j plus p3j. So what you will have is pj. Is that right? So similarly here, what you will say is that summation of j starting from 1 to n pij is pi, and summation of I starting from 1 to m pij is pj. Is that correct? Now, in case if you look at it, e of x plus y, it is summation of I starting from 1 to m into summation of j starting from 1 to n pij xi plus xj. Is that correct? Summation of I starting from 1 to m into summation of j starting from 1 to n pij xi plus summation of I starting from 1 to m summation of j starting from 1 to n pij yj. Okay, it should be yj here. Yeah. Then you can write it as summation of I starting from 1 to m. Okay. Xi will come here, and you will have summation of j starting from 1 to n pij. Then you will have summation of j starting from 1 to n yj will come out, summation of I starting from 1 to m pij. Okay, well, you guys have already seen this, that this is xi, and summation of j starting from 1 to n pij is nothing but pi. And this summation of I starting from 1 to n pij is nothing but pj. Okay, well, and this is nothing but e of x, and this is e of y. So e of x plus y is equal to ex plus ey. Is that correct? Okay.